Hi, this is Miss Ann. For Junior Garden Club, we will be making a lightning bug jar. So first of all, let's talk about them. So this is my friend. He is a firefly, also known as a lightning bug. Now, lightning bugs are out during the summer months. And we always see them at night, so they're nocturnal. And when we see their lights on, that's an organ part of the lightning bug that lights up. And it's generally a male, and he is signaling to a female, hey, here I am, and I want to mate with you. Well, then the female will respond and go to the male. And sometimes an adult lightning bug will eat the male instead of mating with them. But so they will mate, and then the female will lay eggs in moist soil. So over the fall and the winter, the egg will hatch, and then it will turn into a worm, which is really not a worm, it's larva. And it glows. Can you believe that? It's already glowing. So this larva is in the soil under the ground, and it's growing. And it loves to eat snails, slugs, pollen. It will even eat other firefly larvae. It's not picky at all. So we'll keep growing. And then summer's going to come back around, and it turns into an adult firefly. And that's when you start seeing them. You'll see them like in your vegetable or flower garden, orchards, on a blade of grass. They like to be in areas where it's moist. So like under a piece of rotting bark, they'll lay under that. They prefer the southern states of the United States because they like mild to moderate weather, but they are here in Niles because watch out, you will see them here pretty soon. They'll be out flashing their lights. Okay, we're going to get ready to do the craft now. Okay, to make a lightning bug jar, you're going to need a clean peanut butter jar. And you want to make sure that you get the residue off of it. The residue would be like the stickiness, the glue from the peanut butter jar label being on it. And I used a little bit of Goo Gone. You can also use rubbing alcohol. We'll need glow-in-the-dark green and white paint, hot glue. You can use tacky glue too. A clean cup and a paintbrush, because the cup you're going to need to put water in it so you can rinse your paint off of it. This is acrylic paint, so you're not going to need to add water to it. And you need paper towel too, because once you rinse it off, you wipe it on the paper towel to get the water out. You will need 2 black pom-poms and 2 pipe cleaners. You're going to have a black piece of paper. You're going to need a pencil and scissors. Okay, the first thing we want to do is have our peanut butter jar. And you can have a red lid, a brown lid, because their strip on their body and their face could be red, brown, and orange. So first of all, get your piece of paper, a pencil, or even a crayon. Trace the lid onto your construction paper. And you want to cut it out. And then we have the circle here. So I'm going to take a little bit of tacky glue and put it on my lid. I know you see that my peanut butter jar is already painted, but you really need to do the lid first, and it's easier to leave the lid on the peanut butter jar. So we're going to go ahead and glue it. You can use a little bit of hot glue too, but I was scared it would wrinkle the paper and I didn't want to do that. So it's going to look like that. Covered the top of our lid. You have 2 pipe cleaners. We want to twist them together so they're long enough, because this is going to go around the outside of your lid, and it's going to make their antennas, because they have 2 antennas right over their eyes. So go ahead and put this on it. Oops, I just moved that. And you're going to use hot glue to secure it once you get it on there. Wrap it around. Go ahead and twist it a few times. Like that. We're going to add a little bit of hot glue. My hot glue is like to the end of the stick here. Not enough room to put the new one, so I'm pushing it a little bit. Okay, let that dry. Put this up a little bit further. Let's add some hot glue to the top of this, and then we'll push it up. Just like that. You want to straighten these up. I'm going to trim them. Put them up in the air. Like that. And then you're going to glue your black pom-poms right underneath it. Careful with the hot glue. Make sure you are supervised by an adult, because I don't want you to get burnt. I'm going to go ahead and put the eyes on. Some strings of hot glue I need to get off of there. So there you go. There's the face. So we're going to go ahead and take the lid off and set it to the side and let it dry. So you're going to get your cup of water and your brush and then your paint. I already painted mine. You can see I painted grass around the bottom of the jar. And what is out at night? The moon is out, so I painted the moon on there. But you can do, if you want yours to be real tall grass, you can put tall grass. So it looks like they're like on a blade of grass. You can do it however you would like to do. And when you change paint, make sure that you rinse it off in your glass of water, wipe it on a paper towel, get most of the water off that you can, and then dip it in the next color of paint, and then go ahead and paint. So you might ask me a question, Miss Ann, there's no holes in the jar. You're right, there's no holes in the jar. How are they going to breathe? Well, they breathe from their abdomen and their belly. And there'll be enough oxygen in here. They like it really moist. because that's why they like to be in gardens and under like the rotting bark because it's moist. So if you take a piece of paper towel and wet it and put it in here to make sure it's pretty damp, or slice an apple because they'll like that, and you can put it in here. Now your adult fireflies don't necessarily eat. They do most of their eating during the larva stage. When they're adults, sometimes they don't live long enough to eat. They just live a few days. They live to mate, and the female lays her eggs, and that's it. But if they do decide to eat, they like pollen and nectar. So you'll have that in the jar for them, and I'll keep it moist. You can keep them in there from one to 3 days, and I would let them go. And also, adult fireflies or lightning bugs, they like to eat. If they do eat, they'll eat the pollen, nectar. They'll eat similar things they did when they were at the larva stage. Okay, if you'd like to learn more about fireflies, come to the library. We have books. And thank you for watching.